Hello, everybody. Good morning. Rose Thorn here. Today I am reacting to the comment section of Foodie Beauty's live stream last night called Room Beezing. So why am I reacting to just the comments, despite the fact that the live stream was almost 6 hours long? Well, for the simple reason that I looked through the live stream, and despite the fact that it was 5.5 hours long, almost 6 hours, there was really nothing going on except Foodie sitting in her room, drinking, playing many copyrighted songs, which would be a problem for me as someone with a monetized channel, just sitting and literally talking about nothing. A lot of people tuned into this live stream expecting her to rage, because the live streams that I reacted to, she looked like she was ready to rage. She looked like she was primed for a rage. But for those who watched the live stream last night, there was no raging. She was on her edibles. She was drinking. She was eating throughout the entire live stream. I knew by watching her she wasn't going to rage because of the alcohol, because of the edibles, because of the eating. She was doing those things to calm herself down so she would not rage. So she just sat there basically running up the meter to get that Google AdSense money, because right now she needs it. Her money has gone down tremendously, and she's just running up the meter on YouTube with these long live streams in order to get more Google AdSense to make up for the super chats that she's no longer getting. But this morning, I also found a very interesting, informative video put out by the channel Mo Translates. And I'm going to leave a link for that video and Mo Translates channel in the description. Anyone who does not know about Mo Translates, I highly recommend subscribing to that channel because Mo puts out amazing, informative videos. So before we get into Chantal and the comment section of her video, let me go ahead and just share the screen so you guys can see the video, and that way we can watch it together. One moment, please. The video has to do with Natter being a grifter. It's called Natter's Friends Call Him a Professional Grifter, Natter's Behavior from a Cultural Point of View. And I would like to stress to everyone that yes, Natter is Egyptian, but it doesn't mean that all of the Egyptian people are grifters. I'm sure there are many wonderful people of the Egyptian culture who live abroad and live locally. They are not grifters. They are not dishonest. So this just has to do with Natter, not those who are part of the Egyptian ethnicity or culture. So let's get started with this video, shall we? Okay. Oh, sorry, it skipped ahead. Chantal admitted to seeing Natter at Didi's, and she also said that she was there with him at the Nights In Motel. Keep going. Hi, everyone. You already know that Natter is a grifter. In this video, I'm going to explain it from a cultural point of view. Hopefully, Chantal and Didi will pay attention, but who am I kidding? They won't. No, they absolutely won't. I mean, Natter is not shy about showing who he is. He's very confident in showing that part of himself because he knows that he's got these two women absolutely hooked, and they're not going anywhere. So he doesn't bother hiding that part of himself. He's very open with it because he knows that no matter how badly he treats them, there's not going any place. They're absolutely hooked on this man, but let's go. The information is based on what I saw, in my opinion. The screenshots and clips shown in this video are available to the public. So that none of this is private information that's been ripped from somewhere. These two comments were on Natter's Facebook page. Both comments call him a professional, longtime grifter. I am not sure why anyone would call their friend a professional grifter on a public platform. unless there was some truth to it, in my opinion. Yeah, and for the record, when they called him a grifter, he didn't deny it. He thought it was funny. He's actually proud of that fact that he's a grifter. Okay, so comment, nothing is better than being a pro at grifting. Natter says in return, you guys are a bad influence on me, haha. I feel that Natter's been doing this a long time, just finding targets, finding women, finding out their weaknesses, and exploiting those weaknesses. I'm not quite sure what Dee Dee's weakness is. Maybe that the fact that she likes him. But Chantal, she has many weaknesses. She is a super morbidly obese woman, and she is insecure about herself. She is filthy. She's dirty. A lot of guys wouldn't even bother looking at her. Natter knows that she's thirsty for love, and she's thirsty for companionship, and that she's not going anywhere. There's no other men that would threaten his position with Chantal. So he's free to do what he wants with her. Okay, this person says, honestly, I am saying this based on knowing you for a long time. You are an expert and CEO of grifting in Egypt. And because of your long-term experience, you are now an international pro at grifting. Natter's reply to that was, ha, 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 ha. So again, he's not denying it. He's not saying, I'm not a grifter. He thinks it's funny. He's actually agreeing with that person. He's very proud of that. Here is the exact definition of the word grifter they used in their comments to describe Natter. This is the definition of the word in the Egyptian dialect, since words can have different meanings in other dialects. The definition of grifting in the Egyptian dialect, an individual, man or woman, able to trick his, her, their victim and make them believe they are in love with them. This term became known during the last 5 years on the social networking sites, August 25th, 2017. Definition continued. Other synonyms for the word grifting are catch, trap, or lure. It is mostly used to describe a man who tries to connect with a woman in order to start a romantic relationship, but he has a hidden agenda and negative intentions. April 11th, 2018. So I want to stress that it's not just men who can grift, it's women as well. It can be either gender. Either one can grift. It's not just men who can grift, it's women too. The following video you're about to see is for educational purposes only. This man is discussing how a few bad Egyptian men, oh, doggone it, back, sorry. The following video you're about to see is for educational purposes only. This man is discussing how a few and bad Egyptian men live this lifestyle of taking advantage of women who are not Egyptian. Again, I would like to stress that I feel that just because Natter is a grifter doesn't mean all Egyptian people are like that. It's, just a few bad eggs in the bunch. I'm not classifying the Egyptian people all as being like that. It's just a few bad eggs. There could be grifters that are American, Canadian, French, Middle Eastern. Grifters are everywhere in every culture. It's not just one culture. So how to be a grifter with women in the United States. The first option is going to a sex club, pay money, pick whatever woman you like. You will have the option to choose a woman. You will agree on how much you will pay her in exchange for what you will do. The second option is if you meet a woman walking down the street, you can ask to talk to her. If she declines to speak with you and say no, then no means no, leave her alone. If she starts talking to you, even if she has no idea about your terrible intentions, then talk to her as long as you want. If you become boyfriend, girlfriend, be careful if she senses that all you are playing her. Yeah, because once the target starts to figure out that they're being played, then the game is essentially up. You know, the victim, the person who is the mark, as they're being played, the idea is to keep the game going as long as possible, so you can keep grifting them. But once the target starts to pick up, hey, I'm being played over here, you know, then the jig is essentially up. Then you have to move on to your next target or figure out a way to save the game somehow. Let's see. Or if she figures out that you're not actually interested in her and you are playing her, right? So you got to keep that illusion going that your interest in her is genuine, it's emotional, you love her. Once she starts to figure out you don't love her, you're just there for the money or material goods, the game is over. Then you will of course be in trouble once she finds out. Yeah, because then you can't get anything out of her. You know, once she figures out that you're just there for the money, the game is over. It's over. You can't get anything else out of her. Don't even think of being in a serious relationship with her unless you really mean it. Yeah, because if you're a player and if you're playing her, uh, if you okay, stop. I keep losing the place. It's going too quickly. Okay. And don't even think about being in a serious relationship with the person you're playing, because if you're in a serious relationship with your target, once things become serious, you know, why is she going to pay you? You know, you don't pay the person that you're in a relationship with, right? You don't pay for them. They should be paying for you a little bit, some here and there. So think about Natter not claiming Chantal. I've been saying for the longest that one of the main reasons why he doesn't claim her is because Chantal, she wants to make him into a boyfriend. Well, the moment that she does that, once they're in a committed relationship, the game is over for the both of them. You know, she's going to lose interest because he's no longer a challenge. He's going to go on the same rack that Pete's and BB are. You know, it's conquered territory. She's chasing after him and she's giving him money because she can't have him. But if Natter were completely under her thumb, then the challenge is over and she would look at him and go, well, we're together, so there's no reason for me to give you money. There's no reason for me to buy you anything. We're together. So he's got to keep the game up if he wants to keep getting money out of Chantal. If your intentions are just to be a grifter, then what you can say is you are looking for a non-serious relationship. So I'm sure Natter is playing head games with Chantal. He throws out hints that maybe he's thinking about being in a relationship, or he says that he cares about her. He throws out those scraps of affection. Grifters do that. They will throw out scraps of affection. You know, when they think that you're getting too hungry and you're about to leave, when they sense that point where, you know, she's getting fed up, she's about to walk away, they will do something of a romantic nature to lure you back and they'll buy you roses. They say they love you. They'll do something for you and give you emotional hope and keep you hanging on for a little bit longer until the next time they sense that you're emotionally over it and you're about ready to walk. If she says yes, then great. Then she says no, then leave her alone. Ah, Once you are able to make her think you're in a relationship, life will be easy for you financially. Oh yeah, because once you're in, you're in. Once they know they have you by the heartstrings, that's it. If you say, I love you, that to them, that's the sweetest thing they could hear from you. Once you admit that you are totally in love with him, then that's it. That's all. That's all they need to hear. They're in like Flynn. And Foodie has gone on record. She made it a live stream where she said outright, I am addicted to this man. She just gave all of her power over to Natter by saying that. Not only is she in love with him, but she's addicted to him. And anybody who's ever gone through an addiction, addictions are very, very hard to break. So she's addicted to Natter. Well, she just gave over 100% of her power and control. She'll be paying for at least half the rent, groceries, cleaning, clothes, and all that. Yep, Chantal does that for him. She's been doing it for months, trying to buy him. She'll pay for all that without you having to give her anything. You won't have to offer anything in return. You are all set financially, and you are with a woman. Right. Okay, this next part, I don't agree with this guy, what he's saying, because he's classifying homeless people. He says the fourth and final option is to find one of those homeless women on the streets or bus stops. He says some very untrue things about homeless people, and I don't agree. But in this case, you're going to deal with a lot of issues. You probably look ugly and not that great overall. You're going to deal with diseases because people like that carry diseases. See, I don't like that statement. This person is saying that all homeless people have diseases. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. I mean, there are all kinds of people that carry diseases. They don't have to be homeless. So why say that the homeless carry diseases? People everywhere can carry diseases. She's gonna want her fixed because this guy's being he's being classifying it. After all, she's gonna want her fixed because most like women like that in the U.S. have addictions. Again, addictions can be anywhere, any place, any social class. It could be the CEO of a company. It could be a housewife. Just saying that homeless people have diseases and they're all addicted to drugs. I don't agree with that. Some people are on the street because they have no home. It's not because they're a drug addict. Okay, so like I don't like this part. Okay, so let's get past all that because he's classifying homeless people and I'm not down with that. Let's see, let me just back up a little bit. All right, so I think he's done with that. All right. There's no volume, by the way, when he's talking. I just got it turned down. Here's a clip of Natter denying to police that Chantal is his ex-girlfriend, followed by a clip of him later admitting that they dated for a week. Yeah, denial, denial, denial. Does that sound familiar? Oh, she's not my ex-girlfriend. I don't know her. Then he admitted that they dated for a week. But in Natter's defense, for just a second, I mean, they dated for a week long ago. Long ago. You know, and Chantal's been chasing him ever since. And he's making fun of Chantal. So that's the part that I wanted to show of Mo Translates video. And I'm playing it for a reason. I'm playing it for a reason, y'all, because I feel that Natter is a grifter. In my opinion, he's been a grifter for years. But at the same time, Foodie Beauty is also a grifter. They're both on equal ground. One is not greater than the other. They're both high-end grifters. He grifts thousands of dollars from Chantal, but at the same time, she grifts thousands of dollars from her audience. She's not working one target. She works thousands of targets simultaneously, her own audience. And she uses many tactics in order to grift money. She gets on YouTube. She brings up toxic topics that are triggering to a lot of people. And she knows that they're triggering. And that's why she does it. She knows a lot of people have been through DV and SA. She knows there are a lot of people in her audience that have suffered with issues around food. And she uses the suffering and the pain of other people to make money by coming forward in her live streams and pointing out every issue that she has or she has had in the past and in the present. She's finding toxic, negative connecting points with her audience. And by doing that, she's relating to people in a very, very wrong way. She's not finding positive things to connect with people. She's going the opposite way. She also gets on camera and she cries, looking for sympathy, looking for super chats. She talks about her money problems, knowing that other people in her audience, they've had money problems. They might be sympathetic. She uses her own cats to connect with those in the audience that are animal lovers, despite the fact she doesn't take care of her cats. Anyone who's a pet parent, you're going to like Chantal just because she's a pet parent. She even knows how to turn people's rage for her into profit. She will purposely do things, say things to get people so angry that they send those super chats because they can't get in her face physically and yell at her. All they can do is send a super chat and yell at her in a super chat, knowing that she will read it. So she's actually found a way to turn people's rage into profit. Super chats should only be given for things that you agree with and you support, but she's found a very twisted way to make money off of the hate that people have for her. So Chantal is just as much a grifter, if not more, than Natter. Natter's working a few targets. Chantal works thousands every day. This live stream that she did last night, 5.5 hours, it was all about manipulation, y'all. She did this 5.5 hour stream for several reasons, in my opinion. The first one, because her views have been lagging, her money is going down, and she knows she's got to log in some time to make decent money on her videos. The second, because the whole issue with the letter being fake. You know, everybody's calling her out for the letter being fake, and she's using this live stream as a deflection tactic to get everybody's minds off that. Also in this live stream, she didn't rage. She didn't go off on her members. She's trying to get everybody back into that happy, emotional place with her because she's ticked a lot of people off. So let's just deflect away from all the anger that I've caused you. Let's deflect away from the fact that I blocked a lot of you and I've called you names and I've called you morons and I've been abusive. Let's deflect away from the abuse for a minute and let me be nice to you. The cycle of her being abusive and then being nice for a couple of streams after, it's a cycle that Chantal has used multiple times over the years. Whenever she doesn't want you to think about something that you're thinking about or to deflect away from the anger you might feel, she'll do this crap right here. So, Chantal is a grifter. Natter is a grifter. Natter grifts her. She grifts everybody else because this is her livelihood. Without YouTube, she would not have an income. But Chantal The one thing you should do for your channel is to give people good content, and you absolutely refuse. So if your channel happens to suffer, it's your own fault. And you are going to reach that point where the audience, they get more and more woke up, and you can't grift them anymore. You can't turn on the waterworks to get their sympathy or their money. You can't be nice to them anymore. You can't tell any more lies. The audience is getting tired. Every grifter that grifts, they know when the game is up. They know when the targets that they're working are starting to wake up and get smart. And I think you know that about your audience, but you're still insisting on playing the same grifting game anyway. Well, you keep going the way that you're going, the game will be over for you as well. So, with that said, let's get into the comments. And like I said, I will leave a link for Mo Translate's channel and the video in the description. And I do encourage everyone to go over to Mo Translate's channel and give a sub. So let's go to the comments here. CG says, it's clearly a depressed post-Natter live stream. What a joyously loving relationship. Yeah, Foodie was raging in the live stream before this one. She was mad because Natter was with Dee Dee, I guess, on a Ferris wheel. She was mad about that. But here's the strange thing. In the past, Natter tried to get her to go on a walk, and she literally threw a tantrum about that. But she's mad because Natter and Dee Dee are at a Ferris wheel, having fun. They're out walking. Chantal, you sit in your room all day and you eat, literally, nonstop. You don't like to do anything. You don't like to go anywhere. Clearly, Natter likes to go places. He's a very active guy. It's strange to me that you want to be with this man so much, and yet you will not make improvements in your life to where you could actually be with him. You won't take a shower. You won't wash your clothes. You won't clean your house. You will not be at the standard that he requires as far as being with a woman to be out in public. You're complaining about him being out with Dee Dee, but yet you don't want to go out. You don't want to walk around. Just walking up a set of stairs gets you out of breath, allegedly. And I say allegedly because I find it strange that when Foodie went to Cuba, she was walking around just fine. But yet at home, she's going to put on this act of huffing and puffing up the stairs. I'm wondering if that's fake. But regardless, you don't want to do anything physical with Natter. You don't want to walk. You don't want to go anywhere. And you're going to complain about him going out and doing things with Dee Dee. Obviously, he's not about that life of sitting in a bedroom and eating and just vegging out. No, that's you. That is not him. Little Kitten says, nothing is ever your fault. Love that for you, Jody. K Coke says, Chantal is genuinely starting to look like Life by Jen. Yeah, and that's very scary. Life by Jen is getting a tremendous amount of weight. It's frightening. It's very frightening, and she's on her way there. And she talks about losing weight. She's gained a bunch of weight. She says she's 400. I say she's at 500 or over. Just by looking at her, I'm just estimating her weight. Sarah Luhu says, an entire 6-hour rage stream. And ALR still has more views on a recent video. Love that for you both. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say what I feel and what I think. I think the time period of when Chantal and Amber, when they were like the thing to do, watching their videos and watching them eat, you know, at one point that was the thing to do, and the popularity of that has just started to go down for many reasons. Maybe it's because when Amber and Chantal were doing their videos, they were both in the low 300s as far as their weight, and they were much more active. Now they're both in the 500, 600 pound range. They're both essentially housebound. They have a multitude of health problems. Chantal can barely breathe. I mean, you look at things like that and it's not funny. It's actually quite scary and sad. Also, the last couple of years, the world has changed. You know, a lot of people are money insecure, food insecure. They don't know when they're going to get paid next. They don't know where they're going to get their next meal. And here's this person, Foodie Beauty, and she's eating fast food multiple times on camera. You know, like if you're someone and you're struggling, it hits different. You're like, you know, the waste of food, the waste of money, it hits different. You know, it's people are looking at things different now than they did a few years ago. Mermaid Tala says, looks like a beautiful day Natter and Dee Dee had. How romantic. That Ferris wheel. Love that for them. Too bad you're not in any shape to enjoy a stroll through that expensive park. Yeah, she's so jealous of Natter and Dee Dee, but yet, Chantal, you have a car. You can go anywhere. You could do anything, and yet you choose to sit at home and you're in your trashy room and eat all the time. You know, you're mad about other people getting out and doing things. You can get out and do things. You just choose not to. Lilu Witchy Poo says, the best thing is how you always prove how right everyone is when they speculate about you. Where did I lie? Where? Must be hurting for money. She is hurting for money. Her checks keep going down. I mean, she said herself on her community post, she took out a payday loan. Imagine that, y'all. Somebody who makes well over $10,000 a month needing to take out a payday loan. That's just madness. Absolute madness. A week before payday, and you can't wait a week to get your check. You're going to take out a payday loan. That's insanity. Absolute insanity. No Names here says, I don't remember the person's name, but one Beezer in her chat deserves respect tonight. They called her out for speaking to her members like trash. Then Chantal went off on that person. Calmly and maturely, as every adult should be, this person nicely made it known that they don't allow anyone to treat them that way, and that Chantal crossed their boundaries so they would move on. That's how you do it. That's what having boundaries looks like. Chantal probably wouldn't be such a brat if everyone stopped allowing her to run right over them. Well, the only thing that Chantal pays attention to is money. She is a glutton for food, and she's a glutton for money. But the gluttony for food is directly tied to her gluttony for money. So as far as caring about people, she doesn't care about people, but she does care about her bottom line, because that affects how she pays her rent, how she pays her bills, what she gives Natter. You know, if her money is severely affected, then she'll pay attention. And right now her money is going down. But as you guys could see from the reacts I did, she's still being the rude, spoiled, entitled brat she's always been. She hasn't slowed down with that. She's just not getting it through her head that she is on the brink of her channel collapsing. But, you know, she's so bratty and defiant. She just really doesn't care. And you know what, Chantal? If you don't care, we don't care. It's not our income, not our life. This is your life we're talking about. If you want to go downhill and be on the streets, please be our guest. It's your choice entirely. Living Reflection says, it's nice that you haven't been lying to everyone and yelling at anyone who dared suggest you were still seeing him. Well, you know, the gig is up. We all know that she's seeing him. She got busted at the motel. Proof is right there at the grill. She can't deny it anymore. She can't. Another one says, the way she wastes money on food delivery triggers me to no end. She ordered a mass quantity of African food, ate a fraction of it, left it out, and later ordered pizza. Not only is that unnecessarily expensive, heck, she even had the wine delivered, but she will leave out whatever's left until it gets moldy, then just toss it. I hope the VABs know better than to, and it got cut off. Yeah, imagine being someone that you take out a payday loan, and then you are just frivolously spending the money everywhere you don't need to. All that stuff that she ate during this live stream, she could have not gotten high, went out and got it at a grocery store and brought it home for a heck of a lot cheaper. But Chantal wants to maintain this lifestyle. She wants to maintain this impression of this lifestyle that she shows people, oh, look at me. I've got so much money that I could order takeout 3 or 4 times a day. I can order wine. You know how that makes you look, Chantal? It makes you look stupid. All of us over here looking at you doing that, we're saying, you're stupid. You are stupid. wasting all that money. You are stupid. You're not acting sensible. You are stupid. It's ridiculous to spend $200, $300 in takeout a day. It's stupid. It makes no sense. When you can go to a grocery store and get all that stuff. You're trying to maintain this bougie, whatever lifestyle. Girl, you're not impressing nobody. You're not. You're absolutely not. You're not rich. You're not wealthy. You never will be. Your money's going down. We know that. Obviously, you've told us that because you're taking out payday loans. So who are you trying to impress with those fast food meals? Who? You're not impressing us. We're looking at you and saying, well, that's more money wasted. She's going to be broke a lot faster after payday. That's what we're saying. Dig Doug says, this was amazing. Thanks for proving your Cuba rage had nothing to do with alcohol and everything to do with you just being you. I want a bees. Yeah, Chantal was excessively rude and offensive during the Cuba rage. But anybody's been watching Chantal for the longest, she's been that rude without being drunk. She's trying to blame it on the alcohol, but we've seen you be just as rude, if not more, sober, Chantal. Genocide Junkie says, fact. If Naz and Chantal really hated each other, they would block their phone numbers from one another. They use each other when it's convenient, and it will always be this way. Sad, desperate situation. I've been saying that too. If these two were really done, then she would turn off his phone because she's still paying for it. They would block each other's numbers, not talk to each other on Facebook, and she would go full scorched earth on Natter. But because she refuses to, that is proof right there. They are still talking. He's still grifting her. She's still going to grift the audience because she's got to pay not just for her expenses, but his as well. So that whole cycle of grifting is going to continue. You know, like she grifts the audience, he grifts her, you know, like everybody's getting played over there. Pixie says, just a 40-year-old woman living her rebellious teenage life she never had. Well, Chantal's always been rebellious. It's just that when she got on YouTube, she found a way to make her rebellious lifestyle profitable and her lies profitable. Oh no. Nap says, I think you could probably still get him back. Do you have anything you could sell or maybe anything still in your bank? Oh Lord. You know what? What's sad is that there might be some truth to that statement. Knowing Chantal, she would sell something, do something to make money for Natter. Falling Skyward says, a nearly 40-year-old woman drinking, eating, and farting on camera, whining about a loser man who she wants only because he doesn't want her and has never been denied anything in her life, so this makes him desirable to her, making more money than most people who work harder than she ever could. I gotta hand it to her, except for having to, dang it, it gets cut off again. No, I don't want to report that. I just want to see the end of it. Doggone it. But yeah, the more money she makes, the more that Natter is going to take from her. The more he's going to convince her to give to him. So she's never going to have anything. You know, whether she's a little bit broke or she's got a lot of money, it don't matter because she's never going to have anything because he's going to take as much as she makes. Ooh, good comment. Mermaid Tail says, blocking and unblocking paying members is the only control you have in life. And even that's low effort as all you need to do is click a button. Love that for you. You're right, Mermaid. That's the only control she has is the blocking and the unblocking. And she feels like she's, you know, like she's the head bitch in charge and, oh, like I got control. Girl, every time you block somebody, that's money out of your pocket. So it's stupid to block people. Those are your paying members. You know, she went on a blocking spree, the other day and blocked like at least 8 people. That's what, like $40 out of pocket? Girl, you need that money. You need to stop all that blocking. Let's see. Rose Mead says, so you actually did gaslight and lied to your paying memberships, raged and blocked and verbally abused members that called you out. I am just amazed that people will still carry on paying for your disgusting behavior. If it does turn out that you faked the letter and he was trying to scam money for a lawyer, you and him deserve jail time. Yeah, so that whole thing about her faking a letter, before that letter came forward, Nader was over there, grifting people for money for a supposed lawyer. But I've been telling people there is no case. But I'm sure he got money for a lawyer anyway. So they both grifted. He grifted people on his side, on his channel for the super chats. And I guess people sending him money through PayPal and whatnot, allegedly. Because I don't know what he was sent or by who. And he got money on his side of the fence. Chantal got money on her side of the fence. People were giving her extra super chats and memberships because they thought Nader was out of the picture. And she does that. She dangles that carrot. Oh, guys, he's out of the picture. We're done. And they start signing up and they start sending super chats. And then just as quickly, it's revealed that she has to stop seeing him. But they both grifted people. They're both high-end grifters, just in different ways. Let's see. Yeah, Coffee Drinker says, when your hangover feels better, be sure to check out Mo Translate's latest video. It's what we've all been telling you. He's a grifter. He doesn't love anyone unless he's getting something in return. You know what, though, Coffee? She knows what he is, and she doesn't care. She doesn't mind because she's a grifter, too. They both are. Everybody's looking at Nader. Oh, he's a grifter. He's bad for Chantal. She's a grifter as well. She grifts her audience. I think it's poetic that one grifter meets another grifter, and what the one grifter is grifting her the way she grifts her audience. I think it's poetic, karmic justice. All this time that she's lied to people, grifted people for money, turning on the emotions, raging at people, emotionally manipulating her audience. I think it's poetic that the one man she gets attached to does to her what she does to other people. I think they should be together for that reason. It's not just Nader's grifting Chantal. She's a grifter as well. She just does it online. She says, oh, you guys are my friends. But then she turns around and she treats people like crap. They're both grifters. They're both high-end grifters. RP says, I'm not leaving my room for 2 or 3 weeks. 2 hours later, I need to go pass out. I have plans tomorrow. Does your word ever hold any value? Simple answer, no. No. Genocide Junkie says, Chantal, I think a lot of people here would rather have you tell us you're with Nads than hiding it. Just tell the truth. The truth will set you free. I'm sure once he notices his view going down, he will embrace you with open arms and want to live stream, etc. with you. It's all about money with you, 3, so it will happen. Since there is no court case, since there is no gag order, there's no protection order, no nothing, he's free to talk about Chantal on his channel now, isn't he? Yeah, he is. So I predict they're both going to do the tag team live streams like they used to do. It's going to be a shit show. I'm already seeing it. There goes my summer. But yeah, there's no protection order, so now he has full reign to say what he wants on his channel. Let's see. Oh, shoot. Janice says, was it this video that she said about Nader something like, I'm making money off you? It's a game of money-making scheme for her. I'll never understand why people give her a dime. Thank God for the reaction and clip channels. They deserve all the views. Yes, we do. This is all a game, y'all. Chantal takes note in her head of what topics make the most money. That's why she keeps bringing up the DV and SA and Nader, because the views start to spike. If she wasn't getting the views for this crap, for DV, SA, and Nader, she wouldn't bring it up again. But because people get outraged over her bringing up DV, SA, and Natter, she's going to continuously bring that to the table. You know, she's paying attention to where the views are coming in, where the money's coming in. She's paying attention to what triggers people the most, and she could turn into profit. You know, like I told you, she's a grifter. You know, she's paying attention to how her targets respond and how to get the most money out of them. Oh my God. Lauren B says food delivery 3 times in one day. 4 if you count the booze delivery. $200 for one day, one person. That's insane. That's insane. One day, 200 bucks. That's ridiculous. I could buy so many groceries with $200. That's ridiculous. Stupid. Let's see. What's this? Helen says she said Dee Dee didn't go to the motel with them because she always has to be around when they are in Dee Dee's house. So it's just the two of them, but somehow she said Dee Dee was there. So I guess Dee Dee was there too. Interesting. Let's see. Jude E. Ontario says that phone call, well, her visa was declined, so she has to show another NID. They sent the food right away as they know that she's usually good for it, though she still has a tank of gas to go out. But will she stay in a room, as she said, for 2 weeks while low on cash again? Not for the reason being depressed over Natter like she pretends. Yeah, Chantal just got a payday loan, so the money's burning a hole in her pocket. So here's this idiot spending $200 on takeout in one day. That's why she's going to be low on money in a bit. I'm sure that's why Natter was so quick to spend time with her when she got the payday loan, because he knows Chantal. He knows that money burns a hole in her pocket, and you better get it from her before she starts spending. So she's spending money like it's going out of style, and she's going to be broke again in like 4 or 5 days. Terminal L says she's giving a bad name to middle-aged YouTube women everywhere. No, she ain't. I'm actually older than Chantal. I'm 51. She's 38. She's giving a bad name to herself. You know, everybody that watches Chantal knows that she is a anomaly. You know, she is a fluke, a freak of nature. That's not a good representation of middle-aged women. Most middle-aged women do not act like Chantal. Chantal is an exaggerated caricature of herself. But all of us middle-aged women, we do not claim Chantal. We took away her female card a long time ago. We don't claim her. We don't know her. She can't sit at our table. we don't acknowledge her existence. Let's see. Next comment. Let me just look for a good one. Freedom Smith says, over 5 hours of streaming. Who has time to watch this mess? I picked a random spot and she talked about oatmeal. No wonder the channel is dying. Plus the massive pile of boxes and 20 cans on the windowsill. I can't imagine the smells and infestation in this apartment. Yeah, like she says, I don't smell. Chantal, you don't take a shower half the time. You leave rotted food in your bedroom, all kinds of food in your bedroom. You don't smell. All those smells don't cling to your clothes and your skin. I call BS on that. I call BS on that big time. Magulator says, have you already called Natter profusely, apologizing to him over and over yet today? Will you be showering him and his other wifey with money and gifts today? You will always be transparent. Yeah, that whole thing of Natter taking Dee Dee to the park, that was grifting manipulation, because he knows that other women are Chantal's weak spot. So he's using Dee Dee to further weaken Chantal and get her so upset that in order to get it back, she will give more money. He knows what he's doing with Chantal. He knows all of her weak spots. He knows how to play her against herself. He knows. He knows how to play that game with her. Monty still has a channel, says, say you need money to get Natter back without saying you need money to get Natter back. I came in twice. So freaking boring. 5 hours. She needs so much money for her man. Oops. Edit DD 280. She needs money for DD 2. Let's see. Jujubee says it's not worth the watch. And I agree, it wasn't worth the watch. So there's a lot of comments here. A lot of comments. And I'm focusing on the comments because you guys, look, I'll show you a piece of it so you know what I'm telling is the truth here. There's really nothing to look at here. She's drinking. She's eating throughout the whole stream. She's playing copyrighted music.
Pounds. Is that okay? 349, 41 pounds. 49. Oops.
You are not 349 pounds because you were like in the 300s when you were with BB. And you're going to tell me in all the 2 years that you've been away from BB, you've only gained a few pounds? Don't believe it.
You're so small. Koski. Why? I have limited selections for delivery wine. What is Wayne Gretzky wine? Why does Wayne Gretzky
gas station
make
wine?
I don't understand.
Miss, I have so much money and she's ordering gas station wine.
Ew, water. Oh, that's okay. Well, thanks. Might as well just chug it. Because this is not sipping wine. This is chugging. Desperation, heartbreak, hotel, fucking what?
You know, her heart isn't broken. How can your heart be broken over somebody you're still talking to? That doesn't make sense. You're heartbroken when the relationship is over and that person has moved on. That's heartbreak. She doesn't have heartbreak. She's just bummed out because Natter is with Dee Dee again. But she'll find her way back in. She'll get some more money on payday and they'll be good again.
Since Matt.
Nope, you're not singing Elvis. I refuse to let you. No, ma'am. No, you will not disrespect the king of rock and roll that way. No, you won't.
You still can fly.
Stop singing Elvis. No, you leave the king alone.
I wanted to come on here and talk shit about him, but I can't do it.
Oh, there we go. I want to talk crap about him, but I can't do it. Why can't you do it? Why? Because you're still seeing him. Because you're still talking to him. Because you still want a chance with this man. See? Short into the live stream, that's all you guys need to know. She can't talk about him. So there's not going to be a full-on rage. She's not going to rage. She's not going to go full scorched earth on him. It's not over. It's never going to be over until she's dead broke.
No, My Way? Oh. Sorry, I've seen Frank Sinatra.
No.
He fucking recently heard the song My Way by Frank Sinatra, and he's like, that's my song. Because of My Way. So I can't talk shit about people. I just feel bad talking shit about people.
No, it's not that you don't feel bad talking crap about people. You don't feel bad age shaming, body shaming, shaming in general for everything. You just don't want to talk about him because you're still on good terms with him. You have no problem shaming and saying ugly things about anybody else. When it comes to Natter, you keep your lips shut.
Once I'm calm, but when I'm angry and drunk, Jax L, welcome to the
This stream was basically manipulation. Everybody was tuning in for the rage. They wanted her to just let go. And here she is baiting people. Oh, but when I get drunk, I might rage. So everybody hung in there for like 5.5 hours waiting for a rage that never happened. She never raged. She never went off. Clickbait. All this was clickbait.
Talk shit, let's go. We're getting a wedding. His lack of acknowledging you is the same as you talking shit.
You know, it really blows my mind that her audience has not figured out that there's two parts to the grift. They're all slanting in the direction of Natter is grifting you. He's using you. But here's the other half, VIBs. She's grifting all of you and has been for a while now. Don't you get that? The grift goes both ways. He grifts her for money, but she grifts you for money to give to him, to support herself. Complete the circle. It's not just half, there's a hole there. She comes on here, she says and she does what she needs to do to grift all of you for money. She will do those fake tears. She'll do the rages. She'll tease all of you with the idea of being away from Natter because she knows how badly you want that to happen. She'll dangle that carrot. She's dangled it many times in the past. Remember those live streams she did where she's like, oh, we're done. I'm taking his clothes over to his house. Yeah, you believed her then, didn't you? And how many times after that did she say, we're done, we're done, we're done? But she wasn't done. But every time she said she was done, she would get an uptick in membership signups, in super chats for a little while. And then she would blow her own cover. And then you'd figure out that she's not done. She's grifting all of you. And she grifts all of you because by grifting you, she can give the money to him and he's grifting her. So it's going both ways here. It starts with all of you on her channel. You're the first ones grifted. And then after she's done grifting all of you and getting her check, he grifts her. So like it or not, you're part of this grifting chain. You are active, willing participants. You are supporting an addict. Yes, you are. This person has addictions to food, to drugs. You are supporting that. You are enabling that. So all of you enablers are being grifted repeatedly, month after month. How do you feel about that? Think it over.
Aliens on to you. Hey, Tiff. Only remember being in drinking gas station wine. Oh my fucking god, that doesn't away. Oh my god. Oh. These songs are fucking killing me. I can't.
So basically, y'all, this is what she did for 5.5 hours, sitting in her room, drinking, teasing everybody by making them wait around for a rage that never happened. She played copyrighted music, which is why I'm not scanning through this live stream. I don't want to get dinged by YouTube. This was a stream. This right here. Sitting there drinking, talking about nothing, eating continuously through the live stream. You guys don't need to see that. There's nothing to talk about, really. Same old stuff, different day. So that's it for my react. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. She's on another live stream right now, and it looks like the same as this one's, but I'll take a peek and see if there's anything there. Y'all take care, and please check out Mo Translates. Look for the link for the channel and the video in the description. And thank you to Mo Translates for making that video. That was very informative and educational. Thank you again, y'all, and have a good day. Bye-bye.